What's up, family? I know it's been a minute, but today I wanted to do a little lock tutorial for you, how I did these jumbo twist protective style on my locks. So as you guys can see, you're going to start off with freshly retwisted hair. If you're interested in seeing my retwist, how I do my retwist, I have a video that I uploaded not too long ago about that, so you guys can check that out. But first I'm going to take my hair, put it on top of my head to get it out of the way, and this is the hair that I decided to use. It took about 4.5 packs, I believe, to achieve this look. And so basically what I'm going to do is separate the sections of the hair. I'm going to start off with 2 of like the pre-pulled bundles, and as you can see, I was trying to figure this out as I went along. Like, I saw the style, I knew what I wanted to do, but I wasn't 100% sure of how to do it. So this is me probably like 11 o'clock at night trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. So I figured that putting a rubber band over the section that I chose with about 6 locks in it would be a little bit easier for me. So it's about 6 to 7 locks in each little bundle. Okay. Now what I did was take the hair, stretched it, and I basically took 3 locks on one side, 3 locks on the other side, and then I started my twist. Now, this right here was a little janky at first, I'm not gonna lie, but as I went on in the video, I definitely figured it out. So I will be giving you guys some tips on how to make yours look better, because these first 2 was very janky. But as you can see, I'm going in, I'm twisting the hair around my locks, and I just went down the twist. Now I did add an extra piece at the ends, but just like I said, don't judge me here, because this first one is janky. It's janky, okay? So it's real janky. But I basically take it, pull it, and then add it to the ends to give a little bit more length, because I wanted them to be a little bit longer. And so originally I was going for a locked twisted bob, but it ended up being this, and I perfectly liked it. Next time I am gonna try like a twisted lock bob, probably with smaller locks, but hey, you know what, this turned out great too. And so just like I said, it's a little janky. You can see my locks kind of like sticking out at the top, you know, but hey, at least I got it done. So you can see it's a little janky, but towards the end I definitely have some tips to make it a little bit better and a little bit easier for you guys. So this is just me going on the other side, doing that second one, and that second one looked a lot better than the first. So if you mess up on the first one, don't worry, it'll get better as you continue to go on. Okay, so my first tip is going to be to pre-section your hair in the beginning. I didn't kind of realize this until later on, after I had done a few of my locks on each side. Pre-section your hair, you can see where you want them to fall and kind of like have a baseline for how you actually want your locks to look. So at this point, I've done majority of my locks, and as you can see, they're starting to look good. I'm excited. Girl, you look crude. You know what I'm saying? So this is like a close-up version of how I did my twist. So at the root, I twist in the opposite direction of where I'm going to complete my twist on each side. That way I can tuck my locks in a lot easier, as you can see. And then I start to twist in the opposite direction, if that makes sense. I have another close-up, don't worry, I got y'all if you want to see it again. And then I did kind of twist them a little bit tighter than before. That way when I let go of my twist, it kind of like fluffed up some or whatever and got bigger. But to make it as neat as possible, that's what I did. Okay, now what I realized is that to tuck the ends of my locks so that they didn't come out of the twist, when I got to like where my locks ended, that's when I added the second piece of hair. That way my locks had more hair to cover. If you do it a little bit below that, that's when you get your locks kind of like sticking out at the end. And yes, I am tender-headed, so you see that face I'm making? That is the face of a tender-headed locked girl, because ever since I started my locks, I've been tender-headed. It's okay. So this is me taking 2 pieces together that are already like pre-sectioned, stretching them out. Okay, you need to pre-stretch. Okay, and then just taking it and doing another twist pretty much. And so I took the second piece of hair, I did put it in my mouth because it was a little bit easier. You get it? Yeah, no, that was corny. But anyway, again, I'm taking it, twisting at the root in the opposite direction of where I'm going to be twisting, and making sure that I have my locks tucked in to that hair. And then I'm just simply going to start my twist. And that's pretty much how I did all of my twists after that first janky one. Yeah, but this is what I figured that worked, and my twist stayed in for my whole vacation. I ended up taking them out early, which I'll see in another video. I'll explain why later, but they did last as long as I needed them to last. But yes, that is the face of a tender-headed locked girl. And so you don't want to, and the thing is that at the roots it wasn't that tight, it's just that I'm super duper tender-headed. And so again, when I get close to the end of my locks, I add that second piece of hair to be able to tuck the end of my locks into the twist, and then continue to twist. And that's pretty much how I did all of them. And as you can see, I'm twisting as tight as possible. They do fluff up after this, like even with your natural hair, same thing. And so I'm just going through and retwisting all the way down to the ends. All right, and so this is me finishing up the last one. I was so excited. Ooh, and I think it took me a total of maybe like 2 to 3 hours to complete this, so it wasn't like a long process. If you include me retwisting my hair, it did take quite a few hours. You can see here I'm just oiling my scalp, preparing to get done with the last little pieces that I need to do. So I decided that I was going to do like these little knots on the end of my twist, and so I just took the end of the hair, looped it around, wrapped it up going up the twist, and then secured it with a rubber band. And I pretty much did this to all of my locks. So just to give you like a comparison, this is how it looks on this side with it twisted and the other side with it not twisted. I think it looks fine either way. I just wanted to put the knots at the end of my locks. I think it looked a little bit cleaner to me personally. And again, this was supposed to be a lock bob, but I decided not to do the lock bob. I kind of wish I did, but I do feel like this came out cute. All right, you guys, so you could see that I did my whole entire head. I decided that I wanted to play around and try to see how my hair would look put up in like a ponytail, which I absolutely loved. I did this protective style for our first cruise, and it was amazing. I just love the fact that I didn't have to worry about my locks. I didn't have to worry about styling them pretty much. I pretty much just either wore it down or wore it all up in a ponytail. It was a very, very easy style to do, and I just loved how everything came out. So this was my first time doing a protective style on my locks, and so I'm definitely going to be trying a few other styles. I want to try to do this style again, maybe with smaller twists, but I really loved how these jumbo twists came out of my hair. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe button. You know, I would love for y'all to be a part of my family. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative, and until next time, peace and love, family. Bye, cuzzos.